Unit 2, Laws of Thought, 1.0, Introduction. This study unit introduces you to the laws of thought as laid down by Aristotle. According to the Greek philosopher Aristotle, these principles or laws can be classified as follows: law of identity, law of non-contradiction, and law of excluded middle. 2.0, Intended learning outcome. By the end of this unit, you will be able to analyze sentences and statements using the law of thought. 3.0, Main content. As stated earlier, Aristotle laid down these three principles or laws of thought which are our main concern in this unit. These laws are 1. Law of identity, 2. Law of non-contradiction, and c. Law of excluded middle. 3.1. The law of identity. The law of identity is always stated as follows: A is A. Here A stands for anything whatever. The originality of this law is that it simply states that anything is what it is. For example, A is A, B is B, and C is C. Everything you say presupposes that thing. For instance, if you speak of a car, you are presupposing that a car is a car. You should also keep in mind that the law of identity, A is A, does not give you specific information concerning the qualities of A. It only tells you that A is A, that is, whatever A happens to be, the thing is itself and nothing else. It does not matter what the A is made to represent. The law of identity is always true. Logicians call it a tautological statement because the statement A is a necessary truth. Moreover, the statement a car is a car can never be false. 3.2. The law of non-contradiction. The law of non-contradiction states that nothing can be both a and not a. According to the law, if this is A, then it cannot at the same time be A. For instance, if this is a chalk, it cannot be anything else than a chalk. If this is a house, it cannot be anything else than a house. It must be one or the other. It cannot be both. It must either be A or not ta. If it happens to be A and not ta, then it becomes self-contradictory. The only way to avoid self-contradiction is to obey the law of non-contradiction. 3.3. The law of excluded middle. The law of excluded middle is the third law of thought, and it states that everything is either A or not A. As it indicates, the law of excluded middle excludes the middle ground between A and not A. According to the law, everything must choose to be either A or not A. It cannot choose to be neither. For instance, this is either a car or not a car. It cannot be neither a car nor not a car. It must be either a house or not a house. It must be one or the other. According to the law of excluded middle, you cannot refuse to be this and also refuse to be the other. The overall aim of these laws of thought is to set patterns for anyone who wants to think and speak correctly. Their main duty is to ensure consistent and non-self-contradictory thinking, speaking, and writing. For instance, the law of identity tells you that a thing is what it is and nothing else. The law of non-contradiction tells you that a thing must be one thing or another thing. It cannot be that very thing and be another thing at the same time. The law of excluded middle tells you that a thing must be one thing or not that very thing. It cannot be neither that very thing nor not that very thing. It must be one or the other. These laws of thought are very important because they are presupposed in all our speech whenever we speak about anything. 4.0. Conclusion. This study unit dealt with different laws of thought. There are generally three standard laws of thought laid down by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, 384–322 BC. These laws are: 1. The law of identity, 2. The law of non-contradiction, 3. The law of excluded middle. 5.0. Summary. To get the best of this unit, you may need to replay it again. Also, drop a comment on the comment section stating the important lesson learned. Discussion forum. In your context, identify two issues each that involve argument forms and law of thought. State the issue and analyze. Post on the comment section.